Hi, Coach. Tell us about the preparation you had, Spain, probably. You happy with the preparation so far?
Yes, like I said, it's been pretty fast since I joined with the new staff, and we went straight 2 weeks of training, went straight to Pro League. Pro League helped us a lot in terms of where we're at, what I was trying to identify, and then the way we're trying to play. So those games were really, really good. Then we had a little break, came back and had a good training block, a really, really good training block. And I think the 4 or 5 games we played in Spain now have proved that we're on track. So yeah, happy about that at the moment.
Coach, you had any feel of the third? Because a couple of the coaches were saying it's playing slightly on the slower side. And does that alter how the team prepares?
So we only got in this morning, so we'll train tomorrow. So we haven't actually. Yeah, we'll train tomorrow. This is the first time I'm seeing the stadium, so I'll go have a look at it just now. If it's playing a bit slower, that is always a challenge for every team. We always like really fast pitches. But because it's new, you have to take that into account.
As a player, आपके पास ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं है रिकवर करने या ट्रेन करने जैसा कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट वेदर से आ रहे हैं जहाँ से बिल्कुल अलग डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ टीम्स थी वहाँ पे जो खेलने का तरीका बिल्कुल अलग कितना इजी होता है प्लेयर या टीम के तौर पे इस तरह से सडन और कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग ट्रांजिशंस करना इस टूर्नामेंट में
I think definitely mostly बहुत बार हुआ वैसा बट क्योंकि बैक टू बैक टूर्नामेंट में हमें काफी टाइम मिलता है वैसे 1 week maybe 2 week बट सडनली ये बैक टू बैक बहुत जल्दी हो रहा है और ऑफ कोर्स डिफिकल्ट भी रहेगा और नया फील्ड है वो अभी ट्रेनिंग भी है वो भी प्लेस को थोड़ा टाइम लगता है सेटअप होने के ग्राउंड पे इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट बट वही है ठीक है बट सबके लिए सेम है आई थिंक जो भी टीम्स आ रही हैं जो और टीम टोटली डिफरेंट है एशियन सारी टीम्स हैं और डिफरेंट पैटर्न है उनके तो आई थिंक जैसे कोच ने पहले बोला अच्छा है हमारे लिए मैचेस चाहिए थे for Asian Games. So we're looking forward to अच्छा करें.
लेकिन इससे कम टाइम से कम प्रिपरेशन के साथ घर पे खेलना जहाँ पे प्रेशर रहेगा हमेशा कि सारे जीतने हैं टाइटल जीतना है फेवरेट है या उससे थोड़ा सा फर्क पड़ेगा क्योंकि टीम के पास उस तरह से प्रिपेयर करने का मौका नहीं मिला
नहीं जैसे हम कैंप में थे अभी टूर्नामेंट से आ रहे हैं तो आई थिंक प्रिपरेशन अच्छा चल रहा है और मैच की सेंस है और अच्छा आई थिंक जितने हमने मैच खेले हैं स्पेन में काफी अच्छे रहे हैं एज ए टीम हमने ग्रो किया स्ट्रक्चर वाइज एंड ऐसा कोई
प्रेशर रहेगा गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आपका 2 एशियन गेम्स है ना एशियन गेम्स के थ्रू आप सोच रहे हैं दैट वो मेन बोले वापस एक ही सेम टीम्स खेलेंगी जो अभी खेल रही है तो क्या आप ऐसा भी सोच रहे हैं कि पूरे जोर से अभी ना खेले सारी चीजें ना दिखाएं ताकि एशियन गेम्स के लिए कुछ बाकी रहे
बिल्कुल सर यू हैव टू बी स्मार्ट कि कैसे आपको वो सारे मैचेस में लेना है क्या आपको शो करना है क्या नहीं करना है क्या आपको कवर करना है तो इम्पोर्टेंट है बट ऑफ कोर्स विनिंग भी बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है ऐसा नहीं कि हम सब कुछ शो ना करें बट ऑफ कोर्स अच्छे मैच है अच्छा टूर्नामेंट है और इंडिया में हो रहा है तो आई थिंक डेफिनेटली हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनती है कि अच्छा करें बेस्ट करें जीतें इस
I think the main reason, obviously, to get Paddy on board is because he brings a lot of experience working in India, and obviously what the success he's had with the Indian cricket team. So he knows the culture, he knows the diversity, he knows high performance. There's a fly and it's irritating me. Get away. And at the same time, he brings a leadership that we are looking to instill and to help deal with expectation and obviously big moments. I mean, sports all about the mental decisions that get made in the key moments, and we'll be faced with those, no doubt, going forward. So it's more about being aware of it, focusing in on it, and being able to practice it together. So Paddy is instigating that. Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's a little bit of a chess match at times, sometimes. But I think the number one thing is that we know ourselves and we know what we need to do and improve. And once we got to that level, then you can start to worry about everyone else. Because if you start worrying about everyone else and you're actually not sure exactly where you are and what you need to improve, when you really need to do it, then you're not as effective. So yes, that's on one side of the equation, but the main focus for us is on us. We have a slightly different group, 2 new players joined, which is great, and we have the rest of the guys that came from Spain who will be training alongside the team that plays the tournament. They'll be training because all our staff and everyone is here. So we're using this block as still a training and preparation phase for the Asian Games.
The team here met a lot of coaches do not like to talk about individual players, but you just tell me about Surinder and this week in particular. Is it an injury-based fitness, or you're just looking at more players and keeping them on standby?
Yeah. Yeah, so certain players, everyone's still part of the group. I'm not really sure. There was so decisions were made around selection from Pro League just prior to me joining, and that was understandable. That was perfect. And then the time that I had to select a group to work with is this group now, and then there's still a large amount of experienced players. So to try and get everyone a game and get them into a training block with matches at the end of it is not always easy. So it was nice to have Spain and Chennai, and now we can use a squad of roughly 26 to get through both tournaments.
So this is not the final group from which the Asian would be selected. There are other travels after.
No, I think no. There'll be a squad of 25, and then from that, the Asian Games team will be selected. Yeah.
Coach, you mentioned that that you wanted the matches ahead of the Asian Games. South Korean coach was noting that they're playing on the new pitch, and ideally you would have preferred to be playing on a surface where on a new surface with 6-7 months where there are matches on the surface. So even though you want the matches ahead of the Asian Games, you prefer to play. We'd rather not be playing in the first.
Geez, it's a tough one, you know, because you couldn't play on the old pitch, so they want to improve that pitch, improve the facility, and then the fact is the timing, you know. It's like we just played now there's a brand new pitch in Spain on the World Cup pitch that was played on. They moved it and we played on it. So it's the same situation. It's their 100th centenary, they're bringing a new pitch, and it's not like there's been 30-40 matches on, you know, it's brand new in a way, and we're in a similar situation here. But the nice thing is everyone's in the same boat. It's not like we have an advantage over them or anyone else has an advantage. We're all going to play on the same pitch with the same amount of time. We probably have less time than they have. And it's in our own country, you know, so not always ideal. Yeah, like I said, it does take time. I think I've been here just over 2.5 months, and the challenge that we have is within the first 4 or 5 months we've had 4 tournaments. So, and then we have currently 39 players in the squad. So that's not normal either, you know. So how's it going? I think if you judge us on our last performances that we've just had against the number 1, number 3, number 7 in the world, we're pretty consistent. We're making steps in the right direction. I think the group that went is enjoying the way we're playing. And I think we can still improve.
Coach, your thoughts on local Indian athletes? Musically, what is it?
Yeah, it's a great occasion for him and also for the local fan base and supporters, and also to inspire the kids from this area as well, from the academies and that, which is really important. Kati's a powerful striker. He's young. He's got a really good skill set as a striker, but obviously he hasn't played a lot of matches. So it's about how to integrate him into the way we're trying to play, and then still use his skill set to, to see him bring his strength to the team. So he's a goal scorer, and some teams know if you take away tight marking, double marking, they don't get the ball. Goal scorers don't score goals, so they have to come up with another plan. So I think we're all in that space to try and work out how we get the ball to certain guys, and this will be a nice challenge for him as well, and for us.
Coach,
Okay. I think that game, it was a very strange game. We probably had 8, 9 goal shots, and Spain had 3 and scored 2, and we scored 1. So it was just an off day. I was really proud of the way that we created the opportunities. The fact that we didn't take them on that day was strange. But then the 3 games after that, draw, and win. So against the top 3 teams, number 1 team. So yeah, it was strange, but no alarm. Just it can happen. But we don't want to make a habit of it. But at the same time, we bounce back nicely. So.
Question to both of you about the new rules that the FI is planning to trial the penalty corner. Do you like to your
Haven't heard the final. If you can tell me what the final decision is.
not the but
I know it's based around the PC for sure. Yeah.
Basically, that's I think the biggest one, because that gives a lot more time to prepare and everything. So
I think the danger is the number 1 factor at the moment, where certain first waves are almost sitting down in front of the flicker, so that the height of the it's getting interesting. And certain people are becoming very, very brave to do that. There's still variations that you can get around that. Make the PC non-existent in a way of making that the ball has to go outside the 5 before you can come back in and flick. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I think we're changing too much of the game for that in that way. I get the danger, but then we've come this far, to really make big changes again and again. I'm not sure is the right way. But
do you think it would remain practice anymore if it travels all that distance, the ball travels that much? So then you drag it back in and then try to fix that.
Well, I think you'd have to pass it back in to get it closer to the D, and then still be flicking from there. And then why would there not be danger then? I think it's going to be a very similar kind of scenario, because if people are still trying to drag flick, people will be waiting to see when they drag flick, and then how do we stop? Then what happens then? Pretty much a similar situation. So it's not 100% clear yet what's the best way to go, but it does create a platform for creativity. Sometimes when there's rule changes, then you have to almost be a step ahead, and let's wait and see.
I think same है के बाद बॉल जा रही है, तो I think जब टीम में आप ओपन शॉट ले करते हो वो मोस्ट डेंजरस है. फ्लिकिंग का आपको पता है कि तो आप फर्स्ट रशर है, कवर अप कर रहा है एंड पोस्टमैन है, बट somebody taking the head like वो ज्यादा डेंजरस रहेगा आई थिंक. जैसे कोच ने बोला
आपका वोट नहीं जाएगा.
सो ओके, बट उसमें सारी चीजें कुछ ना कुछ तो ऐड होंगी. उसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि ट्रैक नहीं होगा, बट अगर हो भी सकता है कि स्पेस ज्यादा मिलेगा हमें विदाउट लाइक पहले रशर का होता है कि फर्स्ट रशर आपको ऐसे आपको बीट करना है, स्पेस ज्यादा मिलेगा आपको, आप कहीं से भी आप कहीं से वेरिएशन ट्राई कर सकते हो.
Coach Sudarshan was asking if Harmanpreet, majority of the goals straight to how were the players keeping up with not many field goals lately?
Yes, I suppose the higher you go up, because the game we played against Holland, there was only 2 PCs scored. They didn't score any field goals either. So in 2 games, you know, and then I think that's the challenge with our sport at the time. When the 2 better teams, if you look at the World Cup, was a very low scoring final. One before was a 0-0. So the better teams that are more organized defensively, it's much harder to score field goals. You know, so they're not big scoring games. But yeah, to work on. We're really aware of it, and we'll keep training it and keep talking about it to try and improve.
Any other question?
Thanks, guys.